Welcome to a couple of bunkies. It's been a year since we started doing DIY and woodworking projects on this channel.
In this video, we went ahead and compiled all our projects throughout past year.
There was over 40 videos in all, and I gotta say, we had a tough year.
Initially, we started this channel as a gaming channel. It was called Family Gaming. But parallelly, Tim was working on some woodworking projects around the house. And I wasn't able to be a part of it. So I asked him, can he go ahead and record it? And he did, and we thought of putting all of those videos on YouTube.
So our first video was in late November 2020, and it got around 400 to 500 views, which was really good for what we were doing. In our first woodworking video, we did a coffee table using the Maslow CNC and some simple joinery techniques.
At this stage, we were trying to organize the shop, and French Cleat is one of my favorite systems to organize things. So we went ahead and made a video about French Cleats.
I believe this is also the first video where Greenwolf the cat was introduced. Not yet the supervisor or the marketing director. Before we had a real proper shop set up, I had a General International vacuum cleaner that I had to kind of drag around. Didn't have any wheels or anything like that. So the next video I went ahead and made a small cart for my vacuum cleaner. This was also the first time that Gray officially was supervising me on my job. We also attached a jet cyclone separator to our vacuum system.
Next, we thought of doing some solar light projects. We had done them in the past for our relatives, but this time we decided to make a video out of it. We wanted to keep this project simple for now, and then experiment with it to see what else can be done.
We really still think that this was a really great idea. We have a bunch of them out in our trees and out in our backyard, but the design was not exactly what we would like.
Yeah, this was a good project to put on a tree, but nothing that you can decorate your walls with.
Next video, we went ahead and made some end tables for our living room. And a friend of mine, Bertram Wolf, wanted me to make a video on what programs I use and what machinery I use in order to go from the drawing all the way to the cut of the project. We created a real simple Kleenex box holder in order to show the process. And then Gray stepped in as marketing director, and he taught us all how to like and subscribe our channel.
So, the first thing that you do is you go to YouTube. Go to the YouTubes, please. Then you go ahead and search couple of bunkies. And then you get our channel right on the top. Then you go ahead and click subscribe. And that is it. You've just subscribed to our channel. If you want to get notifications when we release information, you can also click the bell icon. And now we'll get notifications.
I know this will work because I'm persuasive.
And then it was Valentine's Day, and we had went ahead and prepared a quick little thing for our Maker-Made store so people can go ahead and print out their own Love's Arrow, as we called it. And I think it worked out pretty good. This is also one of the first times that we had a camera for our CNC. We used an old drone camera in order to just use double-sided tape in order to attach it to the CNC. It had maybe about a 2-hour battery life. Now my mother had commissioned me to make some solar lights for my sister for Christmas of 2020. And I ended up delivering those on time, and they looked really beautiful. I made some adjustments to the template, and I made it available on our Maker-Made store so people could cut it out by themselves if they wanted. I really love this project, and it is something that my mother had given to the world in a way, because it's available for everyone to cut out with their CNC. After that, we ended up having a lot more products on our Etsy store, so we went ahead and made an ad in order to sell some of our designs on Etsy. Yeah, we had ended up switching from a just-in-time business method where we cut it out immediately as the customer wanted it and then customize it from there to a inventory model where we can actually pick it off the shelf and laser engrave it and customize it from there.
Our shop needed a good dust collection system, and friends of our family ended up giving us one. The dust collection system was not working, so in this video we ended up troubleshooting that, and I was the cameraman for the first time instead of a standalone camera just on the tripod.
Now this was me and my mother's favorite video, the cat shelf or ledges for the windowsills. And we had made a small recording, and my wife had asked me at one point in time to make some ledges for the windowsills because they kind of look blank or empty without them. And the cat enjoyed being next to the window in the sunlight, and the cat was not able to do it. So I went ahead and made these cherry windowsills for the cat, and it was a pretty darn good video, I think. As my shop was getting a lot bigger, I needed to have more rolling carts. So in this video, I went ahead and showed everybody some of the basic design rolling carts that I've been using in the past. And I really love this design, and they're strong as an ox. The next one was a commission where my neighbor had her house catch on fire, and there was a lot of furniture that was pretty badly damaged. Since she knew that we were into woodworking and we were starting our own business, she asked us if we could take a look at her pie safe.
At this time, the spring was just around the corner and we needed to change out our snow thrower with a lawnmower. Feedback to this video really amazed us because Tim used a 2x4 as a fulcrum to move around the mower deck, and we got responses saying how amazing of an idea that was.
The next one, we just did some basic bicycle maintenance on an old Ross, European Ross bike. And it was a kind of a nice video. I monkeyed with a little bit of the 4K while riding around on the bicycles. This was our first large purchase for our shop. It was, and it really made some advances in how we made things, and it kind of took me from the mostly using CNC to nearly 100% doing woodworking by hand. I hinted at future videos for making bandsaw boxes, but I never got to that. I just kept using it for resawing boards. The next video, we had done our garden. Some of the boards were completely rotten, and sadly enough, I ended up losing a little bit of the content at the beginning when we were pulling apart some of the rotten boards, so you couldn't actually see some of it, but you got to see how I marked and measured and replaced the boards, and we had a little fire at the end. The next video, I went ahead and had made a French cleat setup for my dust collector. I like this idea, so I can still take it off the wall and move it over to the garage or wherever I need my dust collector. Made a pretty good video too. This next video was really surprising on how well it did on YouTube. We have about 1,300 views as of right now. It was a quick tutorial on how to install a garage door. In this video, I had made a mistake about halfway through and had to almost redo the entire setup again afterwards. The next video after this, I participated in the parade, and my wife followed with a GoPro camera, and she did a wonderful job with it. It was just after we had sped it up, you were able to see a little bit more of the camera shakes than what we really wanted. And my cousin Josh did a really wonderful speech at the end. The next video we did was a three-parter where I removed an old spa tub, went ahead and redid some electrical and some plumbing, and then we went ahead and installed an inlay and wall paneling. In between the second and third video, we went ahead and put out a video on how to make a adjustable circle jig, and we used that circle jig in order to do the inlay. The entire time doing the inlay project made me feel very uncomfortable when cutting into the floor, thinking that if I make a mistake or if something happens, then I might have to replace the entire floor or adjust the size of the inlay or do something like that. But everything turned out absolutely beautiful, and I cannot complain. The next video is in preparation for my sister's bunk bed video. We needed to have somebody downstairs in order to catch the boards as it was going through the planer or the stuff, because it was a lot larger than all the other projects that I had. So we needed to make some kind of outfeed table to grab the boards, or at least not have it fall on the ground. The next video was the last video that my mom got to see before she passed away. We created a really unique bunk bed system that was hanging from the ceiling that could be raised up when not in use. Next video we did a quick upgrade to our video editing PC. In this video, a buddy of mine, Ed Garage, had done a compilation of pictures for my father while he was ill in the hospital of the process that he went through in order to get his Jeep running. This video actually had a few surprises in it, as the engine wasn't originally in the Jeep. Somebody had taken it off of another vehicle. Next video was another restoration video where we restored an old mahogany bed. In the next video, we made some repairs on a weed whacker. In mid-October, we finally got our saw stop for our shop. It really was a huge improvement to the way that we were doing everything before. And towards the end of October, we set up our laser engraver for our shop. In the next video, we went ahead and made some boxes for Christmas. And the last big video of the year was when we put the floor in our office upstairs. We made custom T-molding out of cherry, and it looked absolutely gorgeous. And we made some shorts for YouTube. First was an explanation on how the canes that I sell are made. Next was a silly one that we found a cat toy completely tore to shreds. We wonder who did that. Next was a ring box of when me and my wife got married. We had another advertisement for our boxes. And finally, we did a video on our shoe rack. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and ring the bell if you want to see notifications. And have a very happy holidays from Bunky's Woodworking.
And a Happy New Year!